Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, yes, man. I feel good. Happy Thursday, everybody. Yes, we alive. We woke up, damn it. Oh, we got some things to talk about today. Shout out, peace and blessings to everybody on the check-in, man. Let me get some love real quick. Shout out to Latanya Smith, D-Mac, Donna Stringer. What's up, Donna Stringer? What's going on, love? Phyllis Woodbury. What's good? All of y'all that's checking in, man. Peace and blessings. You cannot call me while I'm on the air.
You are a popular man, sir.
You cannot call me while I'm on the air and I'm live. Listen. Hold up.
I'm so glad that wasn't me. He would have killed me.
Listen. Shout out to everybody watching us live right now on YouTube. BCast on Radio TV on YouTube. So if anything goes wrong with Facebook or whatever, we all over the place. Shout out to everybody that's watching us live on Twitter and Periscope. That's at BCast One Radio ENT on Twitter and Periscope. Shout out to everybody listening to us live on the TuneIn app. We are live on the TuneIn app. So if you got the TuneIn app on your phone, you can listen. We are everywhere. There's no excuses. But listen, share this out. All right, hold on. Let me take this call right away. Caller from the 908. State your name, where you calling from.
Hey, Storm. It's Miss T-Berry.
T-Berry, what's good? Welcome to the Man Cave Morning Show. What's wrong?
How are you? You at the station?
Yes, I'm at the station right now, live on air. What's going on, T-Berry? Love to hear your
I'm
voice.
about to come through and bring you some treats.
See, you know what? Can we clap it up?
Excellence.
Can we clap it up for treats? Shout out to T-Berry. We're going to leave that door open for you right now.
All right, I'll be there in a few.
All right, no doubt. Shout out to everybody. Listen.
All right.
I love our people. Listen, this is why I love y'all, man. So one of the things we're going to be talking about today, and it's appropriate too, is bipolar. Being bipolar. Are you bipolar and don't even know it? How many of y'all out there listening can admit you are bipolar? I'm just curious. All right. And we also going to talk about 5150. What does it mean? What does it mean? Or did you ever have to put a family member away because something was wrong with them? Hear me again. Did you ever have to put a family member away because something was wrong with them? We want honesty. Phone line is open, 646-233-1302. Or we'll even let you in to the live broadcast via Zoom. All right, and put you right on the live broadcast. We want complete transparency today. All of that. All of that. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. So, I mean, we could go into some less, if y'all want a laugh real quick.
Yes, sir.
Somebody was trying to do something devilish, right? If y'all didn't see this already. So somebody was trying to do something real devilish and sneaky, something they shouldn't have been doing. They was trying to, get at somebody's car. When a female mad at a dude or whatever, she going and key up his car. Or she'll do flatten his tire or something like that. That toxicity and all of that. So I'm gonna just run this. I'm gonna just let this clip sit right here. This is why God don't like ugly. All right.
It ain't particular about you.
Can I run the clip?
Please, sir.
All right, please. Thank you. Here's the clip. Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What the? You telling me I can't curse on air?
Look at the crawl off. Look at. See, God don't like ugly.
Run that again.
For those in the back that missed that.
General. Oh my God.
You dead wrong. Yo, you dead wrong.
Toxic femininity.
Listen.
Kicks back.
Listen. Phone lines are open at 646-233-1302. We're talking about being bipolar. And then we're going to also talk about some signs that you may be bipolar. I'm just running this thing over and over.
Call in and tell me why she was justified for blowing up his car.
I'm saying, but
no, I was.
you saw the repercussions.
Karma is real.
Consequences and repercussions behind everything.
Tell me how that's our fault as men.
Let's read some comments. Sandy says stupid. Pamela Swain, what's up, Pamela? Said too funny. Chance said, Chance is in the building. Chance, we played your joint last night at the end of Live in the Cypher. Shout out to Chance. Good morning, Phyllis. Good morning. Yes. Shout out to Donna Stringer on the check-in. All right, so does anybody know anybody that's bipolar?
I work with bipolar people in my job.
All right. Have you been accused of being bipolar in your life? I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100 before we go into these. Yes.
Though I am not bipolar.
Okay.
I have been accused on once or two occasions. General, don't fire me. It was an accusation.
It was an accusation.
Yeah,
okay. All right. And then what are, let's go over some of the symptoms that you may be bipolar.
Uncharacteristic periods of anger and aggression, grandiosity and overconfidence, easy tearfulness, frequent sadness, needing little sleep to feel rested, uncharacteristic impulsive behavior, moodiness, confusion, and inattention.
All right, so y'all hear that? Confusion and inattention, moodiness, all of that. Uncharacteristic impulsive behavior.
Who that sound like?
Needing little sleep or to feel rested. Easy tearfulness, frequent sadness. Now, we just saw. Sorry about that. We just saw an example of Kanye acting out, and I'm sorry if you couldn't hear Wu.
Boss, can I read that again, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Uncharacteristic periods of anger and aggression, grandiosity and overconfidence, easy tearfulness, frequent sadness, needing little sleep to feel rested, uncharacteristic impulsive behavior, moodiness, confusion, and inattention.
So is this you, or do you know anybody like that? Like, real talk. And this is why I'm telling people all the time, with what we're seeing out here with these celebrities and everything, why certain things just is not funny. Certain things, you know what I'm saying, when you know there's some realness behind it or some illness behind it, it's just not funny. And one of the reasons why we're going to talk about 5150, all right, because Kanye was actually bringing it up in his tweets, like they trying to 5150 me.
Go ahead, boss.
Because they actually, Kim and her mom went and got a doctor.
Yes.
To come to Wyoming, where his studio was at, and talk to him. And this is why he's comparing himself to the dude in Get Out, saying that the movie is about him.
Yes, sir.
He in a sunken place. But more or less, the movie's about him because he's in a family of white Caucasians. You know what I'm saying? And the family in the movie was trying to get the black guy, and take his brain and his characteristics.
Right, they sold his body and erased his consciousness and trapped him.
Right. Now, Kim just recently put the business out there, and publicly put the business out there. We're going to read her statement she just put out there, and I've never seen her do this with any of the family, any of the situations, even when it came to her stepdaddy becoming a woman, all of that. I never seen her put that publicly out there,
man,
or nothing like that. Like,
getting
say,
a little deep now, sir.
Yeah. I've never seen her do this. For her to get on social media and write this, what do y'all think? We're gonna read this right now, for y'all to the best of our ability.
As many of you know, Kanye has bipolar disorder. Anyone who has this or has a loved one in their life who does knows how incredibly complicated and painful it is to understand. I've never spoken publicly about this and how this has affected us at home because I was very protective of our children and Kanye's right to privacy when it comes to his health. But today, I feel like I should comment on it because of the stigma and misconceptions about mental health.
And then she goes on to say,
those that understand mental illness or even compulsive behavior know that the family is powerless unless the member is a minor. People who are unaware or far removed from this experience can be judgmental and not understand that the individual themselves have to engage in the process of getting help, no matter how hard family and friends try.
So she put it out there that he got problems. He got issues. I mean, we knew that already, but was she wrong? Was she wrong for exposing that and putting that statement out there?
Okay, General, if I may, we just read
And
off.
is she trying to help?
General, you just read off the symptoms of bipolar, which everything that we read a couple of seconds ago aligns with that. He has publicly displayed all of those characteristics. That's the first thing. General, what you say, was she right to put it out publicly? I don't know. Next point. If you are a danger to yourself and if you're a danger to others, you can get that 5150, meaning you can be taken into custody and held for the psychotic hold for a period of time. Again, let's say you're bipolar and your family tries to do an intervention with you, okay? And you don't want to go in. Okay. Well, you can go somewhere and say, hey, listen, that person is a danger to themselves and others, and you can temporarily and involuntarily be taken into custody, sir, for psychological evaluation. Now, we're going to talk about after you get taken into the custody, what happens next, but that's where we are now, boss.
Right. No doubt. All right. So let me just read some comments real quick. So Pamela Swain said, what is the difference between being bipolar or just snapping on someone because you just got pissed off?
I think that all of us can be angry and all of us can snap. But when you put all the symptoms together that we just read, it illustrates that you perhaps could be more than just angry, but actually have had some type of psychotic break.
Okay. All right. And then Sandy said he has all of the symptoms of bipolar disorder.
Yes.
She only put it out because he's acting out and needed to be controlled. Shout out to Janice Maxine Brooks. Welcome to the show. Facts. But now, is there, we talked about something off air
Go ahead, sir.
when we mentioned 5150.
Yes.
Can he be 5150? Can Kanye be 5150?
Yes.
And let's explain to y'all what 5150 means, first of all, and then I'll give y'all the criteria of what 5150 is. Explain.
As General pulls up, the criteria is what we just said, alluded to earlier. If you are a danger to yourself and others, and you are displaying bipolar behavior, you can be taken into custody.
Facts. Here's some of the criteria for someone to be able to use the 5150.
Danger to self. The person must be an immediate threat to themselves, usually being suicidal, someone who is severely depressed and wishes to die would fall under this category. Danger to others. The person must be an immediate threat to someone else. A person hearing voices telling them to kill someone will fall under this category. Gravely disabled adult. The person over 18 years old is unable to provide for their food, clothing, and or shelter, and there is no indication that anyone is willing or able to assist them in procuring their needs. This does not necessarily mean homeless, as a homeless person who is able to seek housing even in a temporary shelter when weather demands would not be under this category. Gravely disabled minor. The person under 18 years old is unable to provide for their food, clothing, and or shelter, even if they are supplied directly.
Okay. All right. So that's the criteria. Now, does Kanye, his behavior, fall into that criteria?
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
Okay.
And publicly displayed on several occasions.
Okay. All right. And let me read some comments. Shout out to Big D Holland. Big D said also don't forget that he has new music coming out tomorrow. Fact. Big D said he does need help. Fact. Do I think it's marketing for his music, his behavior? I don't know. That's extremes, man. You go to a public rally and you start crying about your child, that you almost killed your child, you almost killed your daughter. I don't know if that's marketing for the music. I don't know. Even though the timing is crazy.
General, I think he actually has problems. And I also think that
facts.
He markets. Now is he marketing this particular time? I don't believe so. I don't think so.
Facts.
But,
So, and then the next question, would y'all be able to put a family member away if they had issues? Would y'all have it in your heart and your conscience to be able to say we're gonna have to put her away or him away or get them locked up for mental health or whatever the case may be? Whether it's excessive drug use, whether it's mental issues or whatever, do you have it in you to have a family member put away?
So, General, in our community in particular, because we Black and that's who we talk to, things like borderline personality disorder, bipolar, manic, depressive, whatever, sometimes we don't even realize that this is what's going on. We just think that's crazy Uncle Joe, and you know how Aunt Ann is, and we just we just accept it. A lot of us in our community don't really know that a lot of our family members have mental illness. Number one. Number two, the jails are full of people that have undiagnosed mental illness. Now, General, let's say you got Big Mama, and Big Mama's the patriarch, and she runs and controls things. Big Mama has a psychotic break, okay? That comes on slowly, like the list we read. You see those things, not all in a row, but you see them occurring. Do you think that the family is going to really be able to approach Big Mama when Big Mama runs everything and has run everything for forever? No. That's the way Big Mama is. Do you think that, your father, who's an alcoholic, right, but he's masking the symptoms because perhaps he hears voices, do you think the family who's been dealing with his alcoholism for 30 years is going to say, wait, this person has a psychotic problem, let's get him help? Right. Sometimes I don't think so. No, sometimes I don't think so.
Yeah. Let's read some comments real quick. Okay. Sam C said Kris Jenner is his manager. Okay, says a lot. Dow D-Mac said the pressure he put on himself to have people love his music probably helped trigger his latest episode, really. And Janice Maxine Brooks says if they really need to, especially if it's hard to control them, you have to call the cops on them. And shout out to James Whitfield. What's good, James? Salute.
I'm sorry. Can I make one comment about what you just read?
Yes.
Sometimes in our community, when we call the police for someone having a psychotic break, you know what happens sometimes, sir? Our community?
What happens?
We get killed.
Yeah, man.
So.
Yeah, we see it a lot.
Look, you call in the police because your son is wilding out. Your son is 350 pounds, okay? And he's wilding on the front yard. The police come, sometimes they shoot him and kill him dead. Maybe you won't call the police when you see this. Maybe you'll just try to deal with this circumstance within your own family, sir.
So, okay, so what about the theories out there now about Kanye, Kris Jenner, whatever? They trying to get all his money and whatever. Do you believe that? Do you feel that their end game is to take control over his music, his money, his assets? I'm just saying that's what's being put out there in the atmosphere. I think Kim genuinely cares about Kanye. That's my take.
Okay, boss. Speaking as
she ain't trying to get out him.
Speaking as your employee on the air, and not my conspiratorial. Seriously, Kim has been married to Kanye for a while. I mean, for a long, long time. And last time I checked, they are still married. And I've seen Kim make moves to support Kanye. Okay. So I'm going to have to agree with with your opinion, meaning she actually loves him. Now, could they get divorced in the future moving on? It's possible. This is what I want to say. If you are declared mentally incapable, we can go to Britney Spears. Remember when Britney Spears shaved her head and was bugging the F out for all time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Her father went to court and got a conservatorship over her money. And I believe currently now, if I'm wrong, correct me in the chat. But he had control over Britney Spears' money for a long time. Now, the Kardashians are brilliant business people. Brilliant legal representation. They're key to branding. I'm not saying she's going to do this. Is it possible? Absolutely, positively, yes. That is actually, look, if they can be declared, okay, watch this. If you building a case, all you got to do is pull up his several clips for years and years and years that we dismissed as he was a genius, including myself, and that's just the way he expresses himself. When you put those clips in the light of what's going on now, you can make a case,
For 5150?
yes, for first 5150, which is temporary, boss. But now, once they get you into the hold, after that, some voodoo magic occurs, and some powerful person declares you mentally unfit to run your own affairs, leading to the conservatory, meaning his catalog is no longer controlled by him, sir.
Well, man, you just you just wrote a whole movie. You just wrote a movie, bro. I've seen so many movies like that, so many situations like that. Do I believe she's capable of doing that? I don't know. Have I seen Kim Kardashian evolve beyond keeping up with the Kardashians, beyond the whole Ray J sex tape? Yes, I've seen her totally.
Prison reform. Sir.
Yes, prison reform.
Yes, sir.
I've seen Kim evolve.
She's going to become a lawyer.
Yes.
She's evolved.
She's trying to become a lawyer.
Yep.
She's trying to erase that whole
stigma
that was attached to her. Let me read some comments right now. Shout out to Bob. Bob, welcome to the show. Says they are a very protective family, in spite of their lives in the limelight, because they are moguls in their own right. Yeah, they got their own money. They don't need Kanye's money. They had money before yet. Janice Maxine Brooks, but if they're trying to hurt someone, what thing? And they never want to take their medicine. I was talking about people in the family that have disorders.
Great point.
Jamal D. Harris says she is trying to become a great lawyer now. Absolutely, facts. Pamela Swain said, in the African American community, mental illness is not handled the same. Hold on.
As in the Caucasian community, they tend to have more assistance, more help, and they are not penalized for having. What does it say? Penalized for having issues that has been. That have developed. I'm sorry to scrolling quickly, and that is true. Caucasian people definitely have access to mental health at a greater rate than we do. That's very, very, very true.
No doubt. James said Kanye showing out is genius to some of the U.S., but mental illness to others. Please keep in mind the love of money is the root of all evil. I get that.
But do you think he's mentally ill, sir?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Do I think he has issues? Do I think he's bipolar? Absolutely. We just gave you the signs of being bipolar, and he fits all of that. Shout out to T-Berry. She in the building.
Hey,
she got drinks in her hand. Yeah, I'm drinking whatever it is.
Whatever she
I'm
got.
I'm right on air.
I'm drinking.
You want to come around? You want to come around?
So, General, let me ask you a question.
We promote black business here.
Black excellence, black entrepreneurship.
No doubt.
Let me ask you a question. The list that we read about the symptoms of
tell us what these
bipolar
just
behavior.
Real quick.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Let us.
You got watermelon margarita,
strawberry Henny, strawberry Henny colada.
Yeah, that's it. And strawberry honey.
So somebody wanted to partake. Just what type of donation would they have to give?
Dig it.
Well, those are my $8 specials.
$8 specials.
I have $10 specials.
$10 specials.
Whatever size you want.
Whatever size you want.
I can make it for you.
She can make it for you.
Price.
There you go. There you
Black
go.
entrepreneurship,
So if
black
you are
excellence.
in the Central Jersey area, you need to go support. Hit up T-Berry, a.k.a. Latanya Smith on Facebook, all right? And you can get these joints right here. There you go.
Support black on black business.
All right, thank you guys.
Listen,
Thank you, baby.
we
Appreciate you.
Love as always.
Yes,
Love you too.
yes,
Yes,
Love
yes.
you too.
yes. Thank you so much.
I promise I won't beat you up no more.
7th grade.
Toxic femininity. Toxic femininity.
Don't bring out those old feelings. Don't let me have to
How
run
dare
after
you? How dare you?
Don't let me have to hop after you.
Abuse.
Right now I'm a lover, not a fighter.
There you go.
She's a lover and not
There you
a
go.
fighter.
There you
We
go.
gonna clap
Much
that
love.
up,
We
black
appreciate
woman.
you.
Thank
Nope.
you so much.
Yes. Number
Yes,
love
thank
for
you
y'all.
so much. Respect.
All right. She's making deliveries, so hit her up, y'all.
That's right.
Take care.
All right,
Black
take
excellence.
care. Take care.
Excellent. Excellent
Support
in the
black
building.
business.
That's
Again.
right.
All right, so let's go back to this point.
So General, the list that we just read off, grandiose behavior, blah 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 blah. This is just to Dawood. This is my opinion. I read that list. I think that the President of the United States displays some of those characteristics, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still the president, sir. I think that Kanye is bipolar. I also think that he's made a whole lot of money in his genius and in his ability to create content. Now, someone just said in the chat, when you got a person like that, right, that's not taking their medicine, they can be very dangerous. Now, watch this. What if you didn't take your medicine and you was a leader of the free world? Okay.
You just gave me a segue.
I'm
You
listening.
gave me a segue. Now
Go ahead,
listen.
bro.
Let's keep it 100. Now let's keep it 100. That last statement you just said.
Yes, sir.
What if
What if you were the leader of the free world and
And-
you were bipolar and were not taking your medication?
All right. So now, most of us, right, that are not Trump supporters and
Right.
that are going to vote, we're going to vote for
Biden.
Joe Biden.
Yes.
All right. So every now and then, Joe makes flubs. Every now and then, he stumbles over his words.
Yes.
But what should we be really concerned with? Because we know everybody makes mistakes. We are on air all the time. We can flub. We can make a mistake.
Flub every day on the air.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes,
But
yes.
do we have to take something like this serious? And I want y'all to be honest. I'm going to play the clip for y'all. Please pay attention. We vote in November. And here's the clip.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I tell you what, the men, they're now all men, the guys I work with down here, and they're all guys at the time. They're all good men. Most of them made an awful lot of themselves. And Earl Larkin had a rough time. And some of you knew Earl. I came back as a public defender. I came back to Delaware and I got a fancy job with the oldest law firm in the state. But the city was burning. It was burning down here. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn.
Yo. Yo. I mean. Okay. Thank God for the call. Thank God for the call. Caller, turn your radio down, turn your computer down.
I got it. It's down.
Oh,
Right.
Christ.
Yeah. They said keep calling in again, and yo, that was just bad. All I have to say is pause.
Sweet.
But even more so, I don't know where he did this interview. I was listening to the radio this morning, and somebody was playing a piece of an interview where he called, where Joe Biden, he's really reaching, and he called Donald Trump the first racist president to ever sit in the president's chair. And I was just like, oh my God. This is just bad. This is just bad. Like, at worst, he's tone deaf too. He suffered from dementia.
The fact that okay. So I know he has a stuttering problem. He has a problem getting his words right and everything. Now, does this make him a bad president though? Because you delegate people to be around. See, listen, we won't stop. Listen, you delegate people that know what they're doing, and you put them in your administration, right? For the things that you don't know how to do. That's what makes a good president also, knowing how to delegate and who to put in your camp. So, hopefully, right? Because we know I don't see Joe as being a two-term president. Do I think he's more manageable than Donald Trump? Of course. People can sit down.
Yes, I'll agree with you there.
Yes. People will sit down and can reason with a Joe Biden. Do I think Joe Biden is out to hurt people at this point in his life? No, I do not. Do I think Joe Biden has an agenda other than just to be president and change some things that Donald Trump then effed up? So that's my personal take on it. Now, do I think he has some mental health issues or whatever? I just think he's getting old. Somebody put that in the in the comments.
Yes, I'll agree with you on that. But then, I got to think about his track record, bro. Like him fighting against civil rights all the way to 1980. The crime bill that he has yet to really take responsibility for.
Right. Now,
things of that sort, and it's just like I don't know, bro. Like, yo, this is like I'm trying to work with the Democrat.
Okay, so
you can't work. I'm trying to work with the Democrat, but yo, every time I turn on TV and Joe Biden open his mouth, I just get turned off.
Okay, so let me respond to you, brother. Remember George Bush before 9/11, the junior? You remember how much he fumbled and they would make fun of him? He established one of the greatest, mind trust cabinets, though I disagreed with them. Condoleezza Rice and all them cats, they were Colin Powell. Now, do I diametrically disagree with their politics? Yeah, but the cabinet that they linked up with, that he linked up with, was top notch. That's number one. Number two, insofar as racism, there were a lot of former presidents that were straight up racist. And if you look at
they all were.
And if you look at LBJ,
Check Obama.
If you look at Lyndon Baines Johnson, what he was able to do with pressure from Martin Luther King and the Civil Rights Movement, that's the Civil Rights Act, that's the Voting Rights Act. Okay,
but it wasn't just Martin Luther King. You got to remember the country was on fire.
So yes, right. Here's the thing: there have been several times. Okay. Do you think Ronald Reagan was racist? If you don't think the war on drugs, do you think Nixon, who created the war on drugs and stuff, was he racist?
Like I said, they all were. They all are racist.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? And I know how everybody, America's mixed now about how they think Obama's presidency was and all of that, and I get all of that. But I still any day would take an Obama over who we got in office now. I don't care what anybody says.
I can't. As much as I don't like Obama, as much as I don't like the legacy of Obama, I will fundamentally agree with you on that one.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And then too, and I'm gonna say this, and I'll be off it real quick. Obama was some of the great things he did try to do. He was blocked from everything. He was blocked from every little positive move he did try to make. He was blocked from it. You know, Congress fought him on it.
Two words. Executive order. Like, this dude plays them out.
Yeah. Well, he over abuses his power. He over abuses his power. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So, like the caller who was hypercritical of Obama during his administration because I felt this and I felt that. Guess what? Time moved on, right? And we got the lunatic that we got now. And Obama, I'm so sorry, don't look as bad as I personally was projecting him to be.
No, I just said I agree with y'all on that part.
What you have in the White House.
I just said I was hypercritical. And let me put it in perspective.
Okay.
The first time I was Obama, I was all in. Halfway through the second term, I'm like, Then towards the end, that's when I got pissed off.
Okay.
I'll vote for Obama a million times over Trump.
All right.
So
yeah. I agree with y'all.
So let me say this, and this is the only reason I brought up Obama. So now, I do trust him on the level of being able to delegate and to be able to pick people for his administration. I do trust him on that. So even with him picking Biden, and even with the situation with the crime bill, because a lot of times, think about it, we wasn't even hearing a whole bunch of dirt on Biden until he decided to run against Trump. So let's be honest about that. We didn't see a whole bunch of blurbs out there.
Yes, you're 100% right.
Yeah, we didn't see a whole bunch of blurbs out there about Biden until he decided to run against Trump. Now, we have to be honest about life, period. None of us are the same people we were 10 and 15 years ago. None of us.
And
very good point, sir. Very good point.
All of us are different. So you have to give this man a chance in time to evolve. I'm quite sure he evolved. I'm quite sure he changed different ways of thinking. I'm quite sure he changed ideologies, and he's open to listen to the people, which Trump is not.
More so than Donald Trump.
Okay,
absolutely.
You're dealing with the lesser of two evils. I just want to say something before we get off the topic. Bill Clinton, back in the day, was on Arsenio Hall.
He was the one that
playing
started
the trumpet. Playing the trumpet, and a lot of black people, me included, said what? He was the first black president. Black president. Folks love Bill Clinton. Yes. Bill Clinton's office is in Harlem right now. Now, with social media and what we're able to explain, he was horrible to black people with super predators and bring them to Hillary Clinton, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
And had the Congressional Black Caucus on board with him.
So now, and thank you, sir. I love you. Thank you for saying that. Black people at that time said, we got to do something about crime. It's horrible in the streets because we're suffering from black on black crime. What did the brother say? The Black Caucus bats. 3 strikes, you're out. Draconian. Remember when Russell Simmons was like, we got to stop this, we got to stop that? We, black people, said that's what we wanted. So if we're going to talk, let's talk. Biden all day.
Real quick. I'm going to let y'all go because I have to go. But, here's the trick bag that we did not see. We're calling for the crime bill to stop the crime. But nobody talked about George Bush and Oliver North and them who was bringing the coke into the country.
Sir, you did and I did.
Getting it on both ends.
Hold on. You talked about it and I talk about it, but nobody would listen to us.
Facts. Listen. Bro, we appreciate you as always. And I actually got to bring up a point, being that you brought up crime and black on black crime.
Right. So-called black on black.
I want to talk about, so y'all heard about Trump is announcing he's sending hundreds of feds to Chicago to combat violent crime. How do you feel about that? Sending in the feds into a city.
That's just crazy. 1, 2, Portland, they've been doing it in Portland for weeks. They've just been practicing in Portland. So this is crazy because what it is, you got all these DEA agents. You got these dudes that were recently in Mexico and Colombia chasing the cartels. Now that COVID is in place, they can't do that no more. They have nothing to do. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna release them on unarmed protesters, which is nuts.
Yeah. Now,
Like there's so many violations that's going on right now. I don't know how this dude is not in jail.
Now let's go with the flip
Agreed.
side. So now you got another portion of the population, and I'm saying us,
Go ahead.
that's saying this may be a good thing for Chicago because it's out of control.
Yeah, like we called for the crime bill in the 90s.
So, exactly.
Thank you, Will.
What's
No,
the problem?
no,
Just
exactly.
This is what we do.
Exactly, and that's why I wanted to bring this point up. It's like, so if you got half the African American population saying that bringing in feds in is crazy, don't do that, it's going to cause more problems, and then you got the other half saying we tired of
The old church
violence.
crowd,
Right.
old church crowd. That's what
Right.
you're saying.
Exactly. I'm glad you said that. Exactly. So it's like, who's right and who's wrong, and then who should his administration listen to? You know what I'm saying? Because the mayor,
and
even the mayor of Chicago.
No, but
hold on, real quick. Even
No,
the
go ahead,
mayor,
go ahead.
Even the mayor of Chicago is against it, and she's like saying she'll fight it tooth and nail to stop the feds from coming in to handle the violent crime. Now go ahead, bro.
no, the trick bag is, and it's so funny how America is so good at this. They are both right and they're both wrong, both at the same time.
Of course.
Facts.
You know, instead of tackling the real problem, which is education programs and stuff, and bringing jobs back to America, which will reduce crime, because if people are working and people have hope, Ray Ray doesn't have to go rob Pookie.
Right. No,
That's why you don't see that type of violence going on in affluent neighborhoods, because they have resources and stuff to help them. But of course, with us, it's always crime and punishment.
Always.
Yeah.
Because we're savages, sir.
Yeah. Facts.
Need to be brought to heel.
Facts.
Sir. We commit crime against ourselves, sir. It's more of us in jail, sir. We're wilding, sir. They're so savage. He had superhuman strength. I've never seen anyone that strong. He was selling cigarettes. Kill him. Kill him. Kill them.
He had a gun in a sandbox. I just had to drive up.
Right,
and shoot.
no toy gun.
I didn't know if it was a real gun.
He was 10 years old. Kill him.
Meanwhile, it's a 12-year-old kid.
Kill him. Kill him.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You bring them feds into the communities like that, and they having these types of problems, whatever. You're gonna see a lot more excessive force lawsuits. Trust me, and some possible deaths of some unarmed Black Americans. Again, we're gonna keep seeing that cycle repeat itself.
It's the innocent ones that I am afraid for. And you're gonna have a lot of lawsuits, but there's nothing gonna get resolved. Look. Since what was it? Since 2015, only five police officers got convicted of misconduct out of how many people that were killed innocently. So this is just going to be a mess, man. More crime and punishment for us. This is just like a rehashing of the '94 crime bill on steroids.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what, bro? I gotta clap it up for that, because it is, and it could be a lot worse this time. It could be a lot worse.
Can I get a
Yeah,
piece?
because now it's like this. Now it's like Trump is letting them take the gloves off.
Yeah,
And
facts.
I was paying attention to that situation in Portland for the last few weeks, and I think them dudes were just training for what they about to do in Chicago, LA, and New York.
Facts. Yo, bro, we appreciate you as always. As always,
All right,
man.
bro. Thank you once
Respect.
again. It's always good to talk to y'all, and it's always good talking to y'all. That letting me know that I'm not crazy.
Nah, you not, bro. You definitely not.
Because I be telling this to people, and people just be looking at me like I have 3 heads.
Nah, don't worry about it. Listen, man. Always stand by your truth, man. That's one thing I learned.
Okay, you got to
doing
be
what I do.
strategic with your truth, too.
And be strategic with it as well.
Yes, that is true. I learned that from Nick Cannon in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, you
No
did.
doubt.
All
Thank
right,
you, bro.
brother.
Appreciate you.
Yo,
My
y'all
brother,
stay
thank
up.
you.
No
Respect.
doubt.
If I may, General, before we...
Yeah, I just wanted to run this clip before.
Okay.
And this was the clip with your boy talking about everything.
Today, I am announcing that the Department of Justice will immediately surge federal law enforcement to the city of Chicago. The FBI, ATF, DEA, U.S. Marshal Service, and Homeland Security will together be sending hundreds of skilled law enforcement officers to Chicago to help drive down violent crime. And murderers and violent criminals are breaking a wide range of federal laws. We have that. It's as wide as it can be. We will find them, arrest them, and prosecute them. They will be in jail for many years to come. And we will work with local police to identify violations of state and local laws to help ensure that offenders are caught and jailed for their crimes. But we must remember that the job of policing a neighborhood falls on the shoulders of local elected leadership. Never forget that. Today, I am announcing that the Department of Justice will immediately surge federal law enforcement to the city of Chicago. The FBI, ATF, DEA, U.S. Marshal Service, and Homeland Security will together be sending hundreds of skilled law enforcement officers to.
Okay.
Listen, it's just I don't know, man. Go ahead.
So have you seen this before? I know we got to move on. Have you seen this before? You have to bring them to heel. They're wilding. A bunch of savages attacked an innocent white woman and raped her mercilessly, and the people that did that should be put in jail and executed for life. Oh, that didn't happen? Oh, well. Now watch this. Oh, my God. Criminalization of us is not new. That's number one. Okay. Number two, all you have to do is turn on the television, right, and watch what over-policing does to our community. That's all you have to do is watch that. Next thing, the police have been ramping up and becoming a military force since the Reagan administration with the war on drugs. Next thing, let's look at the causes for criminal behavior, okay?
Hold on, caller.
Next thing, you want to really start addressing problems, you need to cut off America's drug supply. But America loves drugs, and it's a financial incentive for drugs to flood our community and criminalize. Okay, next thing, prison industrial complex. If you don't have a criminal, right, you can't feed the system that makes money off of you. Next thing, once they label you a criminal black man, okay, you saw the 13th, the show, now they can now legally put you back into slavery. What I want to say, some black people say what I just said is a conspiracy. Some folks believe in what they are told. If you look at the root cause, but the root cause is not going to be looked into, and we're going to continue to be brutalized, murdered, super predator, bring them to heel, 3 strikes you're out, crime bill. Have you not? Nixon started the war on drugs, and look what it did to our people. Have you not seen this before? I have.
Facts. Caller from the 908, state your name, where you calling from.
Hey, this is your boy Jimsky, James Whitfield. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What's good? Welcome to the show.
James.
Well, this has I posted a couple of comments, but this has a double. This is all bad. This is all bad, and
for us, yes.
It's terrible because what's going to spill out from this, you're going to find out it's going to be much worse than what you expected or what we could see. We can't forecast how bad it's going to be. I tell you, it's not going to be good. But this is the problem that I'm having.
Okay.
I'm having a problem with us addressing the situation.
All right.
And as well as I support Black Lives Matter to an extent, not all the way. I don't like their mission statement totally. And a lot of our celebrities and different people, but no one has addressed it. And now Trump comes in now. This is going to make Trump look good. This is an election ploy. And it's actually going to go good for him being reelected if he can go in there. And it doesn't matter what happens to the black people out there. It don't matter if he cleans it up or kills them. It's going to be dealt with, and they could have Chicago back. You got to understand, Chicago is one of the top 5 cities in United States.
Facts.
And white people want these cities back. And all these urban areas, once you gentrify them and take them out, this would be prime real estate for them again.
Repeat that, sir.
This is the problem that I'm having with us.
Repeat the point about gentrification,
It's
please.
happening in Plainfield. Go ahead.
This could be solved if we go home and address our family. Listen, I know countless people with nephews, nieces, sons, all type of people involved in this street, and they turn a deaf ear or don't want to be involved with it because of the friction that it brings. But sometimes tough love is good love. It's best love. You got to go home because this is my father used to tell me, Jim, I'm going to discipline you so the cops will never have to discipline. Now, I never had a run-in with the cops because I learned how to respect authority and respect each other. And this is a home situation. If the FBI comes in there and have to act like the FBI is going to act, they're not taking any prisoners. People are dying or going to jail. It's simple and plain. They're not coming to work out the beef because I'm hearing it. It's all gang-related. And what is gang-related is, it's just me versus you because we live on a certain block or I got affiliation. But all these guys know each other, have been with each other, and friends with each other as far as I know, unless there's something new to gangs now that I don't know nothing about. This is a quick solve. Everybody go home. Don't we have the Nation of Islam in their headquarters? How many churches is in Chicago? Why are you telling me that the God that you serve and believe in can't take you outside your 4 walls? And this is the problem I have with churches and organizations that's supposed to be so spiritual and uplifting to people. You don't want to come outside your doors. Jesus' ministry was in the streets. He didn't have one building. He didn't have one building to go into. If he visited a building, it was someone's home. But it was on the street, the byways and highways. And that's how you support and push the love of God. But if you stay inside your borders and only think about what you're pushing, your agenda or whatever the case may be, then you don't help the people who need help.
Okay.
Church people don't need help.
All right.
It's people outside of God that need help.
All right. So basically, listen. So getting back to the problem and the issue at hand. So to sum up a lot of what you're saying, you're basically saying we could police ourselves. We
should police ourselves. We should. This is common sense.
But it sounds good. And shout out to Sam Seed. He said, James, he said it's not that simple because it's not. Because if we really could police ourselves, we would have been put that in place and been doing it. So we wouldn't have to deal with things like excessive force by the police or police brutality. All right. So policing ourselves is the ideal answer for this whole situation. But what's the reality to it, though? That's what we need to talk about. What's the reality?
Well, the reality
of us getting together and saying we're going to police our own community? We come outside our homes
and we get into these streets and we stop it. We know who everybody is. It's not like no mad stranger coming to your neighborhood. This is people in your neighborhood, people you walk by every day.
So,
the people that's getting killed is people they see every day.
Okay. Facts. All right, James, hold up. Woo commentary.
So, while I agree with the brother 100%, and we've had this conversation back and forth, I agree with his message. Here's what I want to ask. There are people in our community that right now are in the streets that get no shine. There are people that are community activists, like the 2 people that you see here, etc. There are people right now currently that we never discuss that do police their community right now. So when we talk about the issue, we talk about one side of the issue, which I agree, I'm all for that. I want to speak to the people that are currently right now are woke and are doing the work. They are they are invisible. There are a lot of community organizations and a lot of people that are doing what this brother has done. There are a lot of community active, proactive churches that do the work. Next thing, do you know that, for instance, when the Nation of Islam, which the brother referred to, had their security force and was policing the community, the police in that community said, you are not allowed to do that anymore. The last thing I want to say is the elephant in the room is white supremacy. And
Facts.
watch this.
Always been.
White people suffer from white supremacy. Black people suffer from white supremacy. And if you need to know what the definition is, go ahead and read the ISIS papers written by a psychiatrist, a medical doctor, not some quack. Her name was Frances Cress Welsing, that described what white supremacy is. Why is it when we discuss this topic, we never discuss the things that we are doing to make a difference? The only thing I do currently is surround myself with people that make the difference. It never gets to shine. Why? Because we as a people suffer, right, from not only white supremacy, but from mental illness. We never give shine to the politician, to the church, to the organization, to the prison reform, to the people on the streets, to the black fathers that I know that stand on the corner when their kids go back and forth. We never talk about that, and we never support them. Though I agree with what the brother is saying. I agree with what they're saying. But the other side of that is we are here and we're doing the work, and yet we're invisible. To who? To ourselves. If you go, Chicago has a lot of community organizations that's fighting it, but we never we don't talk about none of that.
Well, a lot of things. Go ahead, James. Make your point, and we got to move on. Go ahead.
Explain something to me. This last shooting at this funeral that I saw, that was posted on Facebook, and I saw some clippings of it.
Of the what? The 1-year-old?
The police were told that there's possibly going to be a shooting. If you saw that one video that black woman, a sister put up, it showed a police car riding by when the gunshot is firing.
Okay.
It's speeding by, not stopping, not trying to do nothing, not doing anything. Just going by. And I'm watching it, I'm listening to this and saying, like, who is this? It seems like it's ghosts just popping out of nowhere shooting people. Like, no one knows who these people are?
Well, here's
no one knows?
Here's my thing, too, bro. And, you know, and again, I'm the last one to drop a lot of conspiracy theories, whatever. My take on some of this stuff, I don't personally think it's us doing all the crimes.
Say that again.
I don't personally think it's us doing all the crimes.
Sir.
Especially in this modern day of technology, and I want y'all to hear me on this. All right? There's been a lot of reported robberies, right? Where people getting robbed. They actually catch the person and they had blackface on. Or they had a black mask. They got the mask now.
No, they got the full body. Head black. Yes.
That's on some Mission Impossible. You saw Mission Impossible? Where they peel the mask off the face or whatever.
It's a
like
mask,
that.
neck, and torso black.
That is real now. They sell those now.
Yeah.
They sell those now. There is a black market. There's a black market for that now.
Yes.
To be able to purchase that.
Yes.
So now, so think about how the whole narrative of what we're used to seeing has changed when it comes to even with these protests, right? Who's taking over the BLM movement?
Tell the truth.
I'm just saying. Look at the face now. Look at the face now for the BLM movement, right? The face is no longer us, right? But look at the face now with a lot of violent crimes and everything. Look at the face now. So when certain things are happening at a rapid rate and in an abundance, like all this crime all of a sudden or whatever, every time if you look closer, and if they really look closer and really want to find the answers, it may not be us. It really may not be us. I'm not excusing the bullshit that we do in the streets. I'm not excusing none of that. But I'm just saying it may not be us. I'm sorry, Carla, we missed you from the 315.
Please call back.
Just please call back. Jim, thank you, bro. We got to move on. Appreciate you.
Please, bro. Thank you, bro.
No
Appreciate
doubt.
It.
No doubt. Let's read some comments, and then we're going to wait for that call to come back, because then we want to get into some people that are doing something.
Jamal D. Harris, we need to stop bashing our kind when they become police or any form of government and get more of us in there. Tracy, it's definitely not all of us that do the crimes, but we're getting blamed for it. Sam Sneed, that's something that needs to be explored. The police are in on it too. Arthur author Tamiki Griffin. Thank you.
All right, caller from the 315. State your name, where you calling from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show. What's up?
Hey, it's Mike from upstate New York. How you guys doing?
Mike.
God bless you. I've been waiting on you, Mike. I've been waiting on you, Mike. Speak it.
What's up, upstate New York?
Speak it, Mike. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
Let's go.
Well, I mean, you guys have already been hitting so many fantastic points. Like, it's hard for me to add anything on to the wisdom you men have been sharing today. I don't even know where to start on all of these things. I mean, it's very true that these movements in Portland and throwing more federal troops into Chicago is more or less a trap to allow for more troops to go in and more troops. Because these troops are not, these federal soldiers that are going in, they're not trained for riot control. All the ones that are in Portland, not one of them ever received an hour of riot training.
Wow.
That's why they can't handle the situation. So they're just going to throw more and more untrained people into these situations, and it's just going to backfire. But you guys took the words out of my mouth when you were basically talking about agent provocateurs.
Yeah.
There are plenty of circumstances where we have seen video footage of police officers who are going around vandalizing cars and then blaming it on protesters, or they'll purposely bring out all of their old junky cop cars and put them next to mass protests just to incite that they should be destroyed. They have their own agents that move into the crowds and start the fights, and then they get pulled out by the cops, so that way they want all of these things to happen.
Facts. And I'm glad.
You know that one quote of that peaceful protests only work if your oppressor has a conscience.
Say that one more time, Mike. Say that one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear you.
Peaceful protests only work if your oppressor has a conscience.
So Mike, let me cut you off.
We are assuming too much that the people in charge don't want chaos.
So Mike, let me, if I may, please forgive me for the new listeners. I want Mike to tell his ethnicity. I want him to tell his experience in the military for people that don't know who Mike is.
I'm a potato white guy who I served in the military as a combat engineer. I'm a horse farmer now, just kind of mind my own business and keep to my own. But I don't think I've shared this on this before. But I grew up in somewhat of a sheltered life. I didn't really have much, and obviously part of that is because of the privilege that comes with my skin tone. But I really didn't see the world of racism until I got into the Army and started to see what was in there. I mean, like a lot of people say, like, you know, they all bleed green or they all bleed red, white, and blue, and that's not really true. There's still a lot of problems, but I don't know. My experience has led me to, especially as a lover of history, my dad taught me to love history, so learning about all the different oppressed peoples throughout history has been one of the, passions of my joy of history, because knowing about all the people who have been oppressed makes me daily appreciate the little things that I have, you know.
And Mike, I want to say thank you because we have new listeners. A lot of our listeners know, but for the new listeners, they just need to know who Mike is.
Yeah,
that's
facts.
Thank you.
And as always, we appreciate you.
Please
sharing,
keep calling, Mike.
Yeah, your thoughts, man, and your views and everything are very appreciated here on the Man Cave Morning Show, Mike. You are dude. You already know that.
You already know that.
I mean, these things are only going to get worse. We have to assume that Donald Trump is not trying to postpone an election. He's not trying to stop. He's not assuming he's going to lose.
Yeah.
He's been given a lot of very strategic pieces that he can play, and right now he's got his entire cultish following just waiting for the first arrest of some kind of elite who's been trafficking children.
Wow.
And because of the way that things are being covered up and how well he's been wishing Ghislaine Maxwell, it all makes kind of perfect sense that he's going to use the Epstein case to cover up the trafficking and to remove all of his political opponents at a point in which he would have lost an election, but he could start a war with China, he could start a war with North Korea, he could start a war with Iran, which we've all been knee-deep in anyway. And we've got a pandemic going on. We might need to assume that his plan actually is to be the perfect catalyst to make the United States implode upon itself.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep, man.
I agree.
I'm gonna have to rewind the show back and listen to after we done, because what he just said was no, for real, because that was deep. Because listen, what did I say to you before the show about what happened in Texas with the Chinese consulate?
They're closing it down.
That they're closing it down. Why would they close it down? What's their real reasoning for closing it down? And then that's starting a beef right now with China. Now, China said they want to retaliate because they closed down the consulate in Texas.
Here's why I love Mike.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Here's why I love Mike. Mike puts it in order, and he doesn't stop himself with emotions the way I do. He just systematically lists, without prejudice, exactly what's going on. So when you're talking about criminal behavior and pedophilia at the highest forms of the United States government, when you're talking about how Trump is destabilizing America, his relationship with China, his relationship with Russia, and what that means for us as Americans all together, we could talk to Mike forever. So thank you, sir. That's
I
all I
think
gotta
we
say.
could all correctly assume that the entire intelligence apparatus at the disposal of Russia and China want Donald Trump to stay president for another 4 years.
You hear that, Trump supporters?
As long as he is president, there is no global coalition that can work against China's colonialization of Africa, which I think is something that people are not talking about. I mean, Africa has already been ruined and hurt and colonized enough by people, and they are right now going through what's called a sinicization of Africa.
Bruh.
And the world's not even talking about it. I mean, they're building Africa a giant debt trap, and
yes, they are.
What are we supposed to do if they want Donald Trump still president?
Listen. As always, bro, we thank you for calling in.
Ma, you got to stick to one topic.
Your knowledge. Nah. But listen. I was looking for the party horns for him, like because you hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head.
China is strip mining Africa.
Nobody wants to talk about it. I'm glad you said it, because if we said it, we would be just those guys talking that mess again.
Those crazy black guys.
You know what I'm saying? So
theories.
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you broke that.
And where did Corona come from, sir? No, I'm sorry.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man.
Fort Detrick.
Keep rocking out. Keep rocking out. Listening to the show, Mike.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Love you, Mike.
Hey, you guys be safe.
No doubt.
I love Mike. Because no one can stand against him. He's a white privileged male.
Listen, never met Mike a day in my life.
I love Mike.
But
That's
one
my
day
brother.
I hope to meet him, man.
Yeah, I hope to meet Mike, too.
And we just build with him. And just
now
talk.
call him a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
A veteran.
Yeah, he lives somewhere in upstate New
He
York.
raises horses. He has a horse
horses and all of this.
Why did that get?
He said himself. He said potato white, right?
Potato white, horse rancher and farmer.
But see, that's when I like. That's what I love about this show, the diversity of it. Let's take this call. Caller for the 478. State your name when you call it from. You on the Man Cave Show. What's up?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello?
Man Cave Morning Show.
Yes. Good afternoon, Norm. This is Donna Stringer.
Donna Stringer, welcome to the show. Hey, Donna. Florida on the check-in. What's good?
Florida.
What's going on?
Just calling in to weigh in. I've been listening to the show, and I just had a little bit I'd like to add on to what I believe his name was Mike was saying.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Basically, just want to remind everybody that this is an election year, as what was mentioned earlier. And remember who we're dealing with, Donald Trump. This man is the one that authored the book, The Art of War. This man not only doesn't have a lot of respect for the presidential seat, but he treats it like a reality show. So if you think back to when he first got in, everything was about you're fired and you're fired. You don't do what I say, you're fired. He treated
Facts.
it as a game.
Facts.
The man has got a brain. He is quite brilliant. However, his tactics and his mannerism is what is so not needed in this time that we're going through. Everything is timing. From everything from let's do these ballots through the mail. We all know what happens when ballots get mailed in. We all know that 6 months after the election and the president is already in there, can't get him out. All of a sudden there's thousands and thousands of ballots found behind some Chinese restaurant in some little Hicksville town. But they're trying so hard to get us to vote absentee or mail in the ballot. That's because of control. They can control that. So don't fall for the okie doke, people. We got to go out there and we got to vote. Like we had our ancestors fight to give us that right. Let's utilize it.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of things is to shade us down, to make us not want to go out there and vote.
Sis, can I ask you something?
Of course.
I'm sorry. Can I ask you something?
I'm sorry.
Can you please talk to the many African Americans that tell you and tell me that it doesn't matter if we vote, you shouldn't vote at all? Can you just speak to that? Just please speak to that, please.
Absolutely. Okay, so I am African American. Norman knows me well. I've worked with Norman in the music industry for years.
Yes, ma'am.
We as black people have a tendency to fall for the okie doke. Okay, so let's go back to the days of Malcolm X. What did he say? Bullwink, hoodwink, all that good stuff.
Bamboozled,
we have to go out and vote. If we do not go out and vote, then that's for sure your vote that doesn't count for nothing.
Right.
The Caucasian persuasion, they are going to go out and vote. They're going. Especially those that support the Republican Party or those that are in place to help cause confusion, to split the vote. Okay? We have a lot of power. There's a lot of us. But if you don't go out and vote, that's an uncounted vote and giving them the opportunity to win.
Facts.
So we as black people, don't throw that opportunity away. That's something, again, as I mentioned, our ancestors fought very hard to give us the right to vote. This is the time where we got to just put it in action. It's no longer that, oh, great, yeah, I can vote, but I'm not going to vote. Give me a reason why.
Right.
Why? Because you don't feel like going out that day or you don't want to stand in line? Well, guess what? The Hispanics, they stand in line. The Caucasians, they stand in line. Matter of fact, they go early. They're there before the doors open. We have to show up and show out. If we don't, then don't complain when the results come out.
Facts.
And we're, again, sitting in the seat saying, oh, man. How you going to say, oh, man, and you ain't did nothing? You didn't get up there to do no action.
Well said.
So we just got to get it together. We got to understand the importance of the vote. Yes, they found ways to have loopholes, and especially Trump, when he came in, you know, they found ways to utilize the system to their advantage, and they ended up beating us in another manner that we didn't think of. But don't let them put you in the frame of mind of it's wasting my time or it ain't going to change nothing anyway. Every vote counts. Get out there.
I agree.
Vote.
I agree. Thanks for calling in, Donna. We appreciate you. Much love as always. Definitely got to link up with you.
I'll see you in September, Dawn.
Absolutely.
Respect.
Absolutely. Much love. Listen, man. All I know is some changes got to be made quickly, fast, in a hurry. This world is in turmoil. We dealing with a lot. But I want to go back to the whole police in our own community thing.
Speak on it.
Talk to me about, there's militias. We now have a lot of black militias about to pop up. They are popping up. They're showing out. They're in various different communities across the country. What's this one black militia called?
It's called INFAC, the Non Fucking Around Coalition.
What is it? The Non Fucking Around Coalition?
Not Fucking Around Coalition is led by this brother named Grandmaster Jay. They are a black militia. You heard me correct, sir.
I think I got a clip of it.
Please do, sir. Please do.
will not allow the murder of another black person, whether it be by white people or black people. I am not fucking around any goddamn more. Make some ancestral noise out this way. I want the world to see what the fuck you woke up. We're not allowed.
This is where it's at. Now let me say this again. This is not this show we speak about everything.
Of course.
We speak about everything. There's love for everybody on this show, but we speak about the realities of what's really going on too. And in this climate that we're in right now, where they're saying that white supremacist groups are at an all-time high, the highest it's ever been. And I see this in my own state, in the state of New Jersey, especially in the South Jersey area. The further you go south, it's crazy. There's been some crazy things. They actually found a hanging not too long ago, deep in South Jersey somewhere, of a young black male. So I mean, like, this is in various different parts of the country. It's out of control. So now you have these groups that you see in a lot of videos, right? These white supremacist groups, they got guns. They're doing training. They're out in the forest. They're rolling over things. They're jumping over things. they're preparing. They're preparing for something, right? They're preparing for something. And then when people see all these guns, and when they have guns, it's like, oh, cool. It's okay. When we get guns legally, within the law, and carry them out in the open, we got to watch this guy.
Okay.
We got to watch this guy. We got to watch this. Now you got militias forming. You got black African-American militias forming now to protect the communities, right? So this is what I'm looking at with places like Chicago, right? With places that got a high crime rate, right? When we talk about police in our own communities. When I see that, I'm not afraid of it.
Okay, so
why am I not afraid of it? Because I believe that they truly want to protect me and my interests and my community. Well, go ahead.
So that particular group was protesting in front of Stone Mountain, Georgia. Now, you know that Stone Mountain is a notorious Klan stronghold. They also marched into the community that George Floyd was murdered by that police officer with the
Georgia?
Yes.
They're in Georgia.
Yes.
Ahmaud Arbery.
They marched.
They protected the mom's
right.
house.
It's right. So what happened? Thank you, General. What happened was, when the mother was threatened by white supremacists, they came out and exercised their constitutional right to bear arms. Number two, a lot of that group is former military. Number three, they're our age. They're not young, but they're seasoned. So when you see certain white racist militias bear arms, when you see a certain group of Caucasian people march on the capital of some state because they don't want to wear masks, and they want to be served, right? They're exercising power. Now, what you saw on our end was us exercising power, and that power has to be respected. I would like to see, right, Crips and Bloods, who, by the way, there were some Crips in L.A. that protected a sister that circled her house when she was threatened by, some supremacist people. I would like to see that type of coordinated action transfer from gang culture to constitutional militia culture. Because, listen, this is where we're at. This is true power. This is not talking. This ain't us fighting with one another or politicking or religion or emotional or anything. This is a group of people, right, that band together like who? Like the Black Panthers. Well, we saw what happened to them. But if you want to talk about true change and true power, that's what you saw. Now, you know that some people will take that clip and make those people the boogeyman, right? But they can't be the boogeyman to us. We need to support. with Ahmaud Arbery and all the things that we seen, my heart was broken. Sometimes we have to exercise our power and stop talking.
Facts. Listen, I'm just saying, back in the day, remember when we was growing up, we had the Guardian Angels.
Yes,
back in the day, right? And it was mixed, Latinos, Black, it was some white people in the Guardian Angels, whatever.
They regulated.
When you talking about, and they were respected.
They were respected.
Back in the day, I don't want to get the inboxes or the emails for what I'm about to say, but back in the day, the Nation of Islam was respected.
And they used to regulate.
And they used to regulate FOI.
Right.
FOI. Remember, they used to be out on the corners, whatever like that. They did more than sell newspapers.
They had a security force.
Yeah, they was a security force, and they represented as well. And you saw that because you don't see that a lot now. I don't know why.
I wonder why, sir.
I don't know why. But anytime, but I'll tell you. Norm will tell you why. I don't care.
I know.
I don't care. Anytime you have a positive group of people, right, that are trying to look out for the community, right, and they are doing something that the people that should be doing it are not, the plan of attack is to demonize their character.
Of course.
It's always to demonize their character. So the Nation of Islam has been demonized
forever.
For years, whatever
Black
the case
Panthers.
may be. For what, I don't know. That's because people that try to demonize them don't do the research on the fact of what the Nation of Islam does within their community.
And are doing
all
now.
the positive stuff they do in their community and continue to do.
Yep.
But any groups like this, even the Guardian Angels got demonized.
Of
after a while.
course. Vigilantes.
Because vigilantes,
blah, blah.
they got demonized. Right. So, to answer the question, why aren't we policing our own community? All right, there are people that still have that fear of doing it. There are people that they don't want the heat, they don't want the smoke from their employers. And there's so many different reasons why we're not doing it, because it's not hard to have a community meeting and saying, you know what, enough is enough. We know who's doing the dirt. We're going to stop this.
So do you think that the National Rifle Association will applaud those brothers for using their constitutional right to bear arms? I'm asking.
What'd you say about the gang?
The National Rifle Association.
That gang, let me tell you, that's a bad gang. That is a mean gang.
I
bro.
agree.
Watch your mouth.
But what I'm saying is,
they'll come after you.
Are those brothers that are policing their community armed, that have military acumen and excellence? These are not just some fly-by-night. Them brothers is ex-military. Will the NRA give me a bumper sticker to say, yay, we're supporting gun rights? Will conservatives do that? I wonder. And to answer your question, why don't we do it? Those brothers certainly are. Next thing, do you know there are black rifle clubs and black gun clubs sprouting up all across the country? Wonder why they didn't join the NRA, sir. Why did you join the NRA?
But see, that's what I'm saying, man. See, bruh, you gonna get. I didn't even realize how late it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gonna lighten it up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna lighten it up before we roll out, just to make y'all aware of something.
Oh, you gonna go there now?
I got to, because we about to shut it down. Listen. Here's where the world is coming to. I'm just going to let y'all see it for yourself. Yes, this is true. You know I did my research. So KFC is going to debut 3D printed chicken this fall. It's the meat of the future. That's the point where we at right now in life, y'all. 3D chicken. And let me read a little bit of this for y'all.
I can't see that, boss.
This fall, KFC, the fast food chain known for its finger-licking chicken, will be debuting a new restaurant concept, 3D printed chicken, otherwise known as the meat of the future. The restaurant announced that it had launched 3D bioprinting technology that can make chicken meat in collaboration with the 3D Bioprinting Solutions Research Lab in Moscow, Russia. So now you can print chicken. Feel me, y'all. This world is going to hell in a handbasket.
From Russia, correct, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Vladimir Putin, anyone?
Come on and get your 3D printed chicken. What you need me to print up? Some legs? You need a thigh? You want chicken butt?
What do you think?
Come on, bro.
Okay. What do you think that? Oh God. Okay. Urban legend.
Beyond Meat.
Why
Beyond
did they
Meat
change
was
it?
enough.
Why did they change it from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC? Are you selling chicken? You know, Monsanto's, anyone, maybe Mike will call tomorrow and talk about just genetically modify. Now you're talking about eating meat that's not meat. Like no animal was harmed in that because like what does it do to your physiology? How much damage it, was it carcinogens and cancer causing? You don't know what the, but watch this. In some of our genetically modified fruit, there are animal DNA in it. So even now we're eating stuff that ain't even right now. Less if you want to go organic and spend $68 for one banana.
I'm starting not to even trust that.
Like, unless you want to do that.
Anything they know we move towards, they start to taint it.
That's right.
They taint it and they make it less than.
Now, was that a conspiracy, sir? Or are you a kook?
Nah.
Or is that
I'm
what
just-
they're doing?
I'm
Okay.
Just keeping it
I'm just
100,
asking a
man.
question. All
You
right.
got to grow your own food, man.
Sheesh.
You got to get your own soil, grow your own food. We know this, but we like eating junk. We like eating garbage. Let's keep
we
it
do.
100.
Yes, I do.
Like
Yes.
right now, I'm hungry. I'm about to leave this joint, go to Wendy's, or get me some 3D printed fries. It's just, I'm telling you, the world is going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, put some sweet and sour sauce on something, some
Yeah.
type of rat meat or whatever. I'm
Gotta
gonna do.
die
I
from
don't know.
something.
Yeah, gotta die from something.
Listen.
I'm black.
Listen, T-Berry, I definitely want to thank you for the
about to get into that.
the Henny treats and all of that. And wifey, I'm going to bring you one home.
Yes.
I'm going to bring you one home, but I'm definitely going to get into that. We appreciate you, T-Berry. T-Berry, also, too, just text me your Cash App. Text me your Cash App and everything.
So we can put it on screen. And
Yeah.
Get
Text
that
me
money
your Cash
popping.
App.
Yep.
And we appreciate you. Shout out to T-Berry. Listen, her name is Latanya Smith. If you would like, and you live in the Central Jersey area, and you would like some treats delivered to your house, she's taking donations.
Black excellence, black entrepreneurship. Support it.
No doubt. Listen, again, we want to thank everybody for joining us, man, on the Man Cave Morning Show. Deacon Wu, DJ Storm Norton, the General. No doubt. People been inboxing me this week saying, Storm, you got to get back on and rock some DJ sets. I will. We've been doing a lot of rebuilding and things at the station. As you see, things look new, things look different. You're going to see a lot of that in the upcoming future, more shows, a little bit of everything. And we're about to run 24/7 shortly. So just keep it locked, man. BKS1 Radio, that's the movement. And we're going to need y'all. We're going to need y'all and everybody else spread the word because some new programming is in effect to switch from, I'm not saying, to totally switch, but you got options now. You got your Hot 97s. You got your WBLSs. All right? And you got your 105. None of those are black owned. Just so y'all know that. Just wanted to put that out there. So, you help us grow, we'll help you grow. You help us build, we'll help you build. Peace and blessings. We love y'all, and there's not a damn thing y'all can do about it.
Love you.
Because remember, this show's never about us.
Always about you.
Because you are the next best kept secret.
Wakanda forever.
Peace. See y'all tomorrow, man.
Right now. Love y'all.